PPP leadership practically demands severing ties with Yoon. Why a pre-election emergency committee is a viable card shifting stances of Shin Dong-wook and Kim Jae-won at a crossroads between the Park Geun-hye model versus the Kim Byung-joon model. The need for such a shift in stance has been apparent for quite some time now. Kim Jae-won, Supreme Council member of the People Power Party, triggered by a 17% approval rating shock just 90 days ahead of the June 3 local elections. The leadership of the People Power Party, PPP, has effectively moved to demand a severance of ties with former President Yoon Suk-yeol. Attention is now focused on whether the PPP will pivot to an Emergency Response Committee (ERC) system before the elections. On the 2nd, Supreme Council member Kim Jae-won appeared on SBS Radio's Kim Tae-hyun's political show, stating, "A 17% approval rating is indeed a shock." It is also true that the atmosphere on the ground is significantly different from the past. He added, "I believe the disappointment within the conservative camp has reached an extreme. Geographically, I sense this sentiment is even stronger in the Daegu area than in North Gyeongsang province." These remarks were made in response to the National Barometer Survey, NBS, released on the 26th of last month, conducted by Embrain Public, Stott Research, Korea Research, and Hankook Research, which showed the PPP's approval rating at 17%. For further details, refer to the National Election Survey Deliberation Committee website. Kim continued, "Realistically, with the elections approaching, we must persuade our supporters that we need to overcome this by moving in a different direction than we are now. Regarding the issues surrounding former President Yoon Suk-yeol, we need to seek understanding from the base, asking them to trust whatever path the party leadership takes as we move forward." He further noted, "While I am cautious about using the term Geolian severing ties, the direction many are realistically considering is the one we must take for the election. I believe now is the time to seek understanding from our supporters that this direction is necessary to overcome the current situation." Supreme Council member Shin Dong-wook also attended a general meeting of lawmakers the previous day, where he reportedly said, "Time is running out. We need to reflect on how to prove to the outside world that the perception of our party as the Yoon Again party is incorrect." Park Geun-hye ERC versus Kim Byung-joon ERC. What will the PPP choose? Previously, on February 9th, Supreme Council member Kim Min-soo spoke at the Republic of Korea Liberal YouTube Federation Forum, jointly hosted by conservative YouTube channels such as Koseongguk TV, John Hongil News, Lee Youngpung TV, and Witness K, stating, "We cannot win the local elections by shouting Yoon again." However, on February 13th, he reversed his stance, saying, "In reality, a vast majority of the public is shouting Yoon again." Despite Kim Min-soo's controversial reversal, analysts suggest that the psychological deadline within the leadership has already collapsed, given that even he once warned that a Yoon again strategy would lead to certain defeat. At the start of Chairman Jang Dong-hyok's leadership last August, among the 5 elected Supreme Council members, Shin Dong-wook, Kim Min-soo, and Kim Jae-won were classified as anti-impeachment regarding Yoon Suk-yeol. In contrast, the prevailing view was that Supreme Council members Yang Hyang-ja and Woo Jae-joon were pro-impeachment. Excluding the appointed member Cho Kwang-han, effectively every member of the Supreme Council has called for distancing the party from the Yoon Again brand at least once. Consequently, there is growing interest in the possibility of the PPP leadership transitioning to an emergency response committee before the local elections. In the history of conservative parties, the most successful transition to an ERC is considered the Park Geun-hye ERC of 2011. Facing a sharp decline in approval ratings due to the Lee Myung-bak administration's failures, including the DDoS attack scandal and the party convention cash envelope incident, the Grand National Party launched a full-scale reform ERC in late 2011, 1 year before the presidential election and 4 months before the general election. The Park Geun-hye ERC changed the party's name to the Saenuri Party and adopted centrist slogans such as economic democratization, ultimately securing victories in both the general and presidential elections. There are also instances where the failure to transition to an ERC before an election led to a crushing defeat. Ahead of the 2018 local elections, voices within the Liberty Korea Party erupted in protest against Chairman Hong Joon-pyo's unilateral leadership. However, discussions regarding a leadership change or an ERC did not surface in time. It was only after a devastating loss in the local elections, where the party managed to save only 2 out of 17 provincial/metropolitan posts, Daegu and North Gyeongsang, that the Kim Byung-joon ERC was established. It remains to be seen what choice the People Power Party, under Chairman Jang Dong-hyok, will ultimately make. Geun-hye, founder and publisher, TJSGP7847 at naver.com. Related video. https://youtube.be/6na3ronzqo. This article was translated from Korean using AI technology. This English translation is provided for the convenience of global readers. While every effort has been made to ensure accuracy, the original Korean version shall remain the sole authoritative legal text. Asasan Media assumes no responsibility for any errors in translation. Original Korean article, https://asasan.kr/news-260302.